This is a Suboptimal podcast. Check out our suboptimal content at suboptimal.co.
All right, we're good.
Well,
now.
welcome to the podcast.
Welcome to 2.5 Weebs, episode number 8. I checked beforehand. This one is about the 3 different abridged animes that we watched.
Hi, welcome to 2.5 Weebs Abridged.
There you go.
Dale, remember
like
to
it.
check. That's an important thing.
All right.
You know, sometimes I'm smart, Copper.
I even looked up stuff.
I'm gonna get so distracted watching Comfy play
looked
Trials
up
right
the
now.
goddamn
Though.
history of abridged series, so I can give you a short rundown
Oh,
of what the history of the abridged scene on the internet has been.
Wait, we
Start with
actually
that.
all did homework? What the hell?
do it.
Holy
Do it.
shit! I did homework, motherfuckers.
Good
All
job,
right.
bud.
This is gonna distract. So Comfy, you've got yourself trying not to die doing those again. And I
I'm
pulled
a
up.
professional. I'm doing.
I'm gonna
great.
be so distracted
pulled up
watching
some
Comfy
design
play
work to
Trials.
work on
Like
when
it's, I
we were
love
talk-
watching Trials.
When we were talking.
Trials is such a fun game. It's
I-
one of my favorite games of all time.
Me and my buddies, we used to play Trials like back when it was like the first Trials. One of my buddies bought it on his 360. and
Like
we would
OG
just sit
Trials HD.
and hang out.
I remember
Yeah,
that.
we would just take turns playing it. Like we'd each give it a shot, and then like it was super fun.
Yes.
What
he's
I
wearing
loved
his
was
suit
doing all the skill maps, like the ones that are just super weird. And yes, I'm wearing a suit jacket. I'm trying to look as fancy as possible.
He's trying to be
Today.
fancy. Oh, do you want to see something fancy, Comf?
Oh, sure, hit me with it.
I don't mean the current stuff you're gonna see as soon as you go to my channel.
Fucking legend, right, Zod?
Let me know when you get it up.
Comfy is legendary.
So, welcome to the abridged episode of 2.5 Weebs. This week we're going a little off the rails. Get it? Because I'm doing like an on rails racing game.
Ha
We're doing a little off the rails because we want to go into different sections of like the way that like the different anime community has done stuff and all that. It's like, yay, haha, we're going to do community things. So abridged things is something that has existed for forever, is probably a pretty damn good way of saying it. Abridged series have I do like it. I
feel
feel like
like me right off his. Right
I'm,
off
like, I'm
his
trying not
thing.
to like look at everything, just like get a peek of it and then like whoop, look away. But I like the peek I saw. So abridged series have existed for a really long time. Because what it used to be was that's how you would get dubs, because up until the early 2000s, dubbing anime was super expensive and nobody really did it. So most of the time that you would get an English dub, you would get a fan dub or you'd get fan subs. That's where a lot of it came from. And then with the rise of video networking and YouTube, everybody was like, hey, I can take a stab at this. I can make a joke. And they started making a lot of abridged series for every single like big anime. There's at least like 8 abridged series for it. There are very few actual good ones. The most important ones are actually the ones that we ended up watching, because Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged is not super special. It is one of the longest running and one of the highest quality. The important one to note is actually Dargaonball Z Abridged, because it was made by Team 4-Star, who was the first like super group of abridgers. So they decided, like, we're going to make a group of all of these people who abridge different shows, and we're going to make a super group and abridge all of our shows better with more editing and sound effects. And if you look closely at what Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged looks like at the beginning versus how Hellsing Abridged looks like at the beginning, you can see that there's a very, very big difference in quality.
Between it and the one-man thing that Karibo is doing, yeah.
No, I mean, even between like DBZ and Hellsing, which are both made by the same group, but Hellsing Ultimate was made further down the line. It was a longer project. They only released one a year because they wanted it to be high quality, as opposed to releasing a couple DBZ abridged every single month when they were at their height. And so you have like this extreme quality gap for a lot of abridged series. And that's one of the reasons why DBZ Abridged was so important was because it just forced people to like, listen, you can have high quality stuff, you can make an effort. It doesn't have to be bad to be funny, which was super nice because DBZ Abridged is amazing. So now that we've watched all of them, Dale, what are your opinions on Abridged series?
Okay, so I
You've
watched.
never heard of these things before, yeah.
I watched the Dragon Ball Z one first. Now I did not realize they were going to be such parodies. Like you guys did explain it.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I was not expecting it as much. The Dragon Ball Z one, seeing as how I owned the first season of Dragon Ball Z on DVD. Fun fact. I don't know if you know this. So I've seen the whole first season of Dragon Ball Z. I feel like I might have forgotten some of the earlier episodes, but like
I was just thinking about this earlier. Like Dragon Ball Z starts off really weird.
It does, yes.
Like compared to the rest of the show, like Dragon Ball Z is a weird show. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But
It's coming from. So for those who aren't really aware, which probably isn't that many people, Dragon Ball Z is a continuation of the story from Dragon Ball. Now, if you've only ever seen Dragon Ball Z, and especially the later stuff, you're probably thinking, well, it's an action show. And it kind of is. But Dragon Ball, the show it's based, moving forward from, is more of a comedy than anything else. So Dragon Ball Z, when it starts, is pulling elements forward from the comedy stuff. So it's very wacky to begin with. Like,
it's like
style is very different from beginning to where it ends up going. Like they start changing animation in a different way, and characters start to look a little more sharper. Like
Bulma's hair changes color.
Yep. Like, and by sharper I mean angular. Like Goku, for example, is probably the best example.
God, his head's a rectangle.
Yeah, in these first ones, his head is like he's got
it's
like
not good. It's not good.
Stuff like that, and then later on, his head is more of like this triangle. It changes over time, and they're very subtle changes that they do over time. But
yeah, one of my favorite changes was
the show
Bulma's
starts off
hair.
very strange.
Bulma's hair in the original like manga was blue.
Yes.
But they made it purple in Dragon Ball Z. But they made Trunks' hair blue in Dragon Ball Z to try to retcon it, even though Bulma's is purple. Then they made both of them blue in DBZ Super.
Yep.
Like they keep like it's one of those like tiny things that they keep flip flopping on. But I actually talked to Copper about this as well, Vengeance. You might want to take this into consideration. No Abridged series starts out good.
Yeah, no Abridged series is
like they make you groan and roll your eyes and actively not enjoy them until around episode 10, and then you're like, holy shit, this is amazing.
Now, part of that is the fact that they all start off on shows that none of these shows start off well. Let's just go with that.
Oh, you're not wrong. Okay, wait.
Hellsing probably has the best start out of these three shows, but Dragon Ball is weird and goofy, and it, starts throwing things at you very quickly.
Yes, absolutely.
Yu-Gi-Oh is just fucking strange.
Well,
they
are very aware of it when they're doing the Abridged series. They're like, all right, looks like you've captured my grandfather. The only way to get him back is to defeat you in a children's card game.
And Yu-Gi-Oh explains nothing. Yes. Like, it explains nothing in the actual show, and they just kind of go, meh, with the Abridged show, and just don't explain anything at all. So you're kind of, dealing with shorter episodes, so you're wondering what the hell's going on.
And they make the joke a lot of the time in Yu-Gi-Oh as well that like 4Kids ruined Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yes.
They fucking took it out back and shot it. Because like the original Yu-Gi-Oh, like it opens up, it's like, oh my god, my mom and dad were killed. My shop has been ransacked. Where's Grandpa? He's been kidnapped. So this one, it's like, oh my god, some tables were knocked over. What happened to Grandpa? His soul is in the Shadow Realm.
His soul's in the TV.
Or when they're fighting Arcana, like super late on in the Duelist City, it's like these saw blades will cut you in half is like the original version.
Yeah.
And then the 4Kids version is like, these saw blades will send you to the Shadow Realm. And it's like, why?
Yeah, it's a very...
But that's one of the charms of the show,
choices.
Though.
Yes. But they made a lot of weird choices based upon things they decided to do and that.
Well, it was a very smart marketing decision to market it towards kids.
Yes. Yeah.
Because then you could also market
more money.
You could then market the card game as well towards
exactly.
Kids.
That's exactly.
Also, we got to remember that the States, more so than where I'm at in Canada, there are a lot of rules and regulations dating back to the 80s about what you can show on television for kids programming.
Yeah.
And what certain things it needs to meet to be able to be on TV and for kids.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And they were jumping through so many hoops. And also, like, it's funny you're talking about old archaic rules and we're talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! Because there is currently like a discussion in a lot of governments about whether or not card games should be seen as gambling.
Yes.
With the whole rise of the loot box fiasco,
yeah.
EA ruining it for everybody and all of that fun stuff. Which, if you're unaware, EA was told to remove loot boxes from games in Belgium, and they said, no, we're too cool. So Belgium said, fuck you, and they said, okay, never mind, we're not cool enough anymore. Which is pretty funny.
Well, the thing is, as long as EA is abiding by the EU rules in the EU countries, Belgium's not going to win in a court case if they challenge them in an EU court.
That is, they weren't challenging them in an EU court, though.
No, I know. They challenged them in Belgium court first, which is a dumb idea. They just wanted to see if they could win there first. The problem there is that if they go to a EU court and lose, it sets a precedent for all of the EU, right? So
can we talk about my favorite EU challenge?
Well, let's go back to the Abridged stuff.
Yes.
Back to the
we'll get distracted and go on a tangent after we've talked about the anime stuff.
Okay. So you watched DBZ Abridged.
I watched DBZ Abridged. I think it's hilarious as like
as someone who knows that content.
Yes, enough. I feel like I might have missed some things. I don't remember, but like, yeah, they totally made fun of how Goku like let go of the dude's tail because he was like, "Oh, we're be buds now," and then it's like, "No, you're an idiot. You're an idiot." Like, I know it didn't happen.
Let go of my tail.
It didn't happen twice in the actual anime, but like they poked fun at it still. I thought it was funny. I don't know if I might watch it because I want to actually.
It's very funny and it's very easy to turn on in the background.
Yes,
right.
They're short episodes.
I feel like I have like a relatively good understanding of the Dragon Ball Z series. Like I know.
Yes.
I loosely know most of the story. There's a lot of stuff that I don't know. But like I feel like
all the way through the Trunks saga, I think is the most, which is Cell Saga. So they finished Cell. Was the most recent
I feel like what comes after Cell? That's the Boo
after
saga.
Cell is Majin Buu, and
that's the end.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's like the tournament first.
Yeah, the tournament.
It's
World
Saiyaman, then the tournament, then Majin Buu, then a tournament, and then
okay.
Then they end it, and Goku's like, farewell.
That's the end of... Yeah, Boo is basically the last type
Boo's the last major enemy in Dragon Ball Z.
And then they go on to Super after that. And then
which is very good. Still recommend.
I feel like, I don't know, I need to watch Kai. I need to watch it. I need to figure out where to watch it.
You really don't.
If you're looking to watch from the beginning, I recommend Kai.
Yeah.
Just because it cuts out crap.
Or I could just start with Super and be like, I kind of know what's going on.
Well, so Super picks up pretty much immediately after.
Yeah. Pretty much right after.
Z does. If you want to also save
it does
some
do
time
one
on
fun
it.
thing with Super is that they make that GT never happened.
Oh yeah, they make GT never happen.
Now that's the one where Goku comes, like he ends up being a kid again, right?
That's where Goku gets reincarnated. Because remember, Goku is dead throughout all of this.
Goku dies a lot.
Yes, he dies a lot in Super. But you can only be wished back so many times with the Earth Dragon Balls.
You can be wished back once with the Dragon Balls. You can be wished back once. I'm sorry, you can be wished back like I think twice with the Dragon Balls. Once with the
2 or 3 times. And
once with the Namekian Dragon Balls. Oh wait, it was 3 times.
It's 3 times the Earth Dragon Balls, and then Namekian's is unlimited.
No, but the Namekians can only bring back one person at a time.
Yeah.
But then the Namekian Dragon Balls are bad because Namek was destroyed. But then Dende made new Dragon Balls that you get 2 wishes at a time, but you can only be resurrected once.
Yeah. So Goku's dead. So
God, that made me feel so happy having that conversation.
And
my God.
So they decided to do GT, which is not canon. It's not based on any manga or anything like that.
GT to Super is one of the examples of a show trying to get more money than they should and screwing it up. And then they were able to come back and rectify it by releasing a better version, which is what Super was to GT.
Yeah, so GT basically goes, Goku gets reincarnated. His son has a daughter already, and then they go off into space because reasons.
we pretend GT doesn't happen. I never watched GT because I read the names of like the arcs, and I was like, you know what? I'll wait for Super.
Yeah, like Goku's like a baby throughout it. He's like 3. Like it's so dumb. It's really, really bad.
Nobody likes it. There's nobody out there who's like sitting there like all snotty nose, just like Dragon Ball GT. It's the gold standard of modern anime.
Yeah, no one's watching GT and going, "This is the best Dragon Ball ever." I don't know why anybody's would do anything else.
Because it's not how GT works.
So there's that. But yeah, the thing with the abridged is that you get more out of them, I find, if you've already seen or know enough of the show they're based on.
Now,
so like the Hellsing one made me think, okay, maybe I want to go watch a few episodes of Hellsing because I've never bothered to actually sit down and watch Hellsing.
The thing is, like watching Helsing after watching the abridged, you're like, I don't need to watch the normal one. The abridged tells the same story but better.
Yeah. And then like Dragon Ball, I knew because I've seen Dragon Ball. I'm still going through Super. And Yu-Gi-Oh! I remember from its butchering from Fox Television. So Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a ridiculous show based on the fact that they had an anime and they had a card game and they based an anime on it. And then Fox got their hands on it and went, well, there's stuff in this we can't show kids in the States, so they removed stuff, they changed stuff, and then they put it on the air, and it made no sense because when they launched that, I don't think the card game has launched in North America yet. So it was very like, what is this? What are they doing? What are they talking about? Like, there was no context for anything. So
is that weird. Season 0 that you're talking about?
Yeah, so it was weird to begin with. And then,
I was like, I feel like Yu-Gi-Oh! Had a better launch than this.
It really didn't when it first came out.
Well, season 0, they've like added an extra character. Like
the show oddly was a hit though. Like Yu-Gi-Oh! Did well with kids because it was bright, it was colorful. They're like, meh, right? It just struck a nerve.
Dark and then magician.
So watching that, like watching the abridged of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is hilarious because as dumb as it is. And
it's so dumb.
Abridged is so stupid.
I did not enjoy it at all. I also feel like I didn't get any of the jokes that they were making because I never saw the show.
You saw?
Well, no, I did. Sorry, I watched it. I watched it as a kid, but I don't think I didn't watch it like every week. I watched it sometimes, but I didn't start until they were already like in the tournament or something. So like,
okay.
I feel like one of the first episodes I saw, Joey was fighting some dude in a cave. I don't remember.
Okay, yeah, you're far and like you're into the tournament, like the first tournament.
That was Bandit Keith.
That's
was it? I don't know.
So far on.
It might be Bandit Keith that you're watching. Yeah, it's really far in. So you missed a bunch of stuff. So with the abridged series, especially the early stuff, you get more out of them.
Why the fuck was Kaiba's hair blue?
Because it is.
Why is it?
Don't worry about it. I think that was like a manga thing or something. Like
it is.
Was it blue? Was it blue originally and they changed it?
His hair has like in the first few episodes has that look to it until he loses like to Yugi, and then he does like the
he gets all super emo.
Yeah, and he gets really emo. Like it's really strange because like you got to remember, Kaiba is literally a billionaire.
Oh, I understand. Yeah.
No. He's not just a billionaire.
He's an 11th grade CEO
of
right?
Kaiba Corp.
Of Kaiba Corp, which is one of the biggest corporations on the planet. He's a billionaire. He's got all this money and power.
I'm a
super
billionaire.
He built this company, and then you've
From
got
the time he was in utero, he's been building a company for children's card games.
Multinational billion-dollar toy company before he hit 11th grade, making him a billionaire. And he's upset because a local guy from a dinky little shop has a card he wants. So he kidnaps him, and,
the thing is,
he's
too,
like that. Like, it's
the
so
show,
weird.
The show intentionally does this. It leads you up. It's like, he needs to have all the blue eyes. No, he just doesn't want anybody else to have a blue eyes white dragon because he's a petty little bitch.
Yeah. There's only like 4 of them in existence, apparently. And he owns 3, and Yugi's...
Which is the exact amount you need to summon Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon.
Yeah, and Yugi's grandfather has 1. He's like, rather than like, throw money at him until he says yes, which is a thing you can do to people, especially when you're a billionaire.
Well, he did start by saying, you can have whatever you want.
Yeah.
And Yugi's grandpa, much like
no,
you don't do in any fucking mobster scenario, said, no thanks, I'll take my life and leave.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not going to sell. You can't buy this. It's like, go $10 million. Like, purchase his store from underneath him. It's probably owned by a bank. He's probably renting. Like, buy the property he's sitting on, and then go, I'm going to crush your life and destroy your grandson, monetarily wise, and unless you give in. Like, it's a card. He'll give in. Like,
I'd like to give a shout out to Yugi's grandpa, though, for, like, getting, like, robbed and attacked and kidnapped and trapped in the Shadow Realm.
Yeah, he has, like the worst first 3 episodes.
Wait, I don't remember. I feel like the abridged glance. I don't know what. I honestly have no idea what the fuck actually happens in the first 3 episodes.
So in the first 3 episodes of the actual show, Yugi's grandfather gets assaulted, kidnapped.
In episode 1, he gets assaulted and kidnapped and put in the hospital.
He ends up in the hospital.
That does not get covered whatsoever in the abridged version.
And then it does.
I think they skip the hospital.
No,
they show they do show the hospital. Yes, it does. It's very, very quick though. It goes by in like 30 seconds. And then in the 3rd episode, he gets his soul sucked out and stuck into a television. So
that I don't.
It's me, your grandpa.
I feel like this is in order to appreciate these abridged shows. At least really how they say you need to know what the fuck the actual anime is.
Yeah,
so you need to enjoy the parody.
You have to have some.
It'd be like going and watching Scary Movie when you don't know what they're making fun of. It's like, this is just a stupid fucking movie.
Yeah, you have to have. There's some context that's needed for these. Now, the good thing with these particular shows is that most people have seen one of them. Like Yu-Gi-Oh is massive. A lot of people remember Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yes.
Not Dale. He didn't watch it as a child.
No. I watched parts of it.
Dale didn't have a childhood. Let's focus on this.
I had. What do you mean? I had. Look, Digimon.
No, Dale had a tongue ring and plugs. Okay,
that was not my childhood.
Dale had a tongue ring. It's so specific.
Cuffy, have you not seen the photos?
It's not just specific; it's true, Comfy.
Yeah, I used to have gauges, bud.
He posted.
Oh my god!
Posted photos.
I used to be tongue ring, gauged ears, like punk.
My god! Did you pierce your nipples?
No, studded belts, like holy jeans. I think at one point I had yellow Converse.
Did you look like the lead singer from Evanescence?
No.
In one of these photos, Comfy, he's wearing Avenged Sevenfold sneakers.
Yes.
Oh man! Hey, fun fact: do you know where Avenged Sevenfold is from?
California.
So the girlfriend was walking by and heard me say that and just stopped and stared at me like, "What the fuck?"
I have Zod in my chat that says, "What about SAO Abridged?" Which is hilarious and great, but it also does not fit with like the 3 series we were doing.
Yes. Yeah.
Like Dragon Ball is like one of the most well-known. Yu-Gi-Oh is one of the most long-running and a classic, and Hellsing is like the gold standard for quality.
Yeah, so we picked ones that enough people would recognize the shows if they wanted to take a peek at them, then they might catch their interest, right?
The only one that I didn't know of already was Hellsing.
Yes.
Which I think is the best one, and you don't even need to watch the show for it.
Now, if you've seen SAO, so Sword Art Online,
Yes.
and you like the show, go watch the abridged version because
it's made by something witty. It's very well done.
Really, really funny. Really, really funny. Especially if you enjoy the original show.
Because what they do what you do with every abridged series, which is they make the person who's in charge realize that they have special powers.
Yes.
But like because of the way Kirito is, they make him an absolute dick.
Yeah, he's
they make him a psychopath.
Monster.
It's great.
I don't know what they're talking about now. Sword Art Online stuff. Never seen it.
So yeah, if you've never seen, I don't think you've ever seen Sword Art Online. It's a show we've mentioned before, Dale, that is good for about half to 3/4 of a season.
The first 15 episodes are amazing.
Yes.
Very well done. Super
unfortunately, the show drops at the end, which is
it takes like the world's biggest nosedive.
It's weird. I don't know what they were thinking. Like,
I don't know.
I've never seen a show with that much. Like, this is going so well. Like, the voice acting was great. The music is great. The animation is great.
The world is interesting enough.
The world is interesting. The lore is interesting. The characters are interesting. And then, right around, the halfway 3/4 mark,
tentacle rape, guys.
It's like,
what? Oh,
it's like they just punted it. It's so strange. And there's different seasons after that. The second season is also not great.
Part 3 was fine, and Mother's Rosario was fine. I'm very militaristic about this.
Yeah, things pick up after. I don't know what it's like. Their lead writer left or something. I know they didn't, but it feels like it.
The lead writer just has never been great at writing, and the entirety of like Sword Art 1 came out and it was like really good, but it was kind of an accident that it was that good.
Yeah.
And then he was like, well, I got to continue this. And then and he made Fairy Dance, which was the one with tentacle rape that nobody likes. Then he was like, well, I got to branch out and FPSs are cool. Then he made Gun Gale, which is better significantly because there's actually character development, which doesn't happen in anything else he writes because he's not good.
And was good enough that we have a spinoff.
The Gun Gale spinoff is very good.
Yes.
Like
that's a new show that we could take a look at as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like that's actually something I would put on the list. Like it's something that I would say watch like Sword Art first.
It's one of the ones that's on my current list. But yeah, you kind of have to have some.
You need to have some understanding of the world. Like they reference Sword Art because they don't treat it like it's some Jesus Christ, some random thing that happened. The way that they treat it is like this was an epidemic where 10,000 people got stuck inside a computer for 2 years. Like, just imagine the mom groups right there that are like, you shouldn't be allowed to play video games. Like, it's crazy.
So the concept of Sword Art, for those listening who aren't aware, and for Dale here, because I know he doesn't know, Sword Art, the premise is that VR is advanced to the point where your mind goes into a game.
You use a big ass helmet to do it.
And you use this helmet thing to do it. So Sword Art is this big game. There's a big announcement. And everybody who shows up for the game and is there gets stuck in the game and can't leave it for 2 years. So for 2 years, these people are basically in comas in the real world, unable to eat or anything like that. So they're all on like IV drips and things like that. They're all slowly dying.
Yeah.
And the people in the game, if they die in the game, it causes mental death in the real world, and they actually physically die.
Yeah, so basically the creator wanted to have his own world.
Yes.
Like he wanted to essentially be God in a world, so he figured that the only way to get people to populate his world would be to trap them there.
Yep.
So he set up the game so that it's his world, his reality that he can control, but anybody inside of it, they need to live by the rules or they will like die. Pretty sadistic.
Yep.
Weird ass, like
and
it's interesting.
Like, so you can be killed by monsters, or you can be killed by other players. People,
there's like
eventually like settle on certain levels that are like, relatively easy, and they clear out all the monsters and they start building stuff and things like that. And then there's groups that try to get through the game because there's this thought that if they get like to the end of it, it'll let them out.
Yeah.
And so they eventually all escape, but it's 2 years where these people have been stuck in like pretty much coma states, so their bodies are wrecked and things like that, and
Uh-huh.
it has an actual effect on the world because this is a big issue.
10,000 people in Japan just randomly disappeared, seemingly overnight, for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, because this is like a worldwide, technology. This is the first time something like this has happened. It's a big concern.
It was a big deal. It's the world's first VR MMO.
Yeah.
And then the world just breaks. So
and throughout the other seasons of the different, basically different shows, because there's, continuing different shows.
Pretty much.
It has an effect on the actual lore of the world itself, because this is an event that occurred, right? They keep that up.
Yes.
So it's interesting in that regard, but again,
the second season is not great. The third season takes some picking up. The fourth season is 2 just separate side stories, one of which is really good. The other one is kind of there just to exist. And then the actual next season that's going on right now is good. I just haven't been keeping up with it.
Yes.
Because there's 12 episodes before it gets good. Because it's just a lot of setup all of a sudden.
Yeah, there's a lot of things there. Now, as you mentioned, Dale, and we've agreed, you kind of have to know the shows to really get into this type of thing. So if they, for example, came out with a, let's see, shows you've loved. So One Punch
Monster
Man.
Musume Abridged.
No.
If they made a One
haven't
Punch
made 'em
Man
watch that
Abridged, I would watch that 100%.
Watch what?
One Punch
if they
Man
made a
Abridged.
One Punch Man
Also,
Abridged.
That's an unabridgeable show, though, because you already have all of the memes.
Yes,
That's true.
The show is
That's
very difficult to abridge because it's basically a parody of the
you
genre
need
itself.
you need something super serious.
What other ones Dale's watched?
Goblin Slayer.
Goblin Slayer Abridged.
Okay, honestly, Goblin Slayer and One Punch Man those are the 2 animes that I've actually thoroughly enjoyed. Everything
I know
else
you
is
really
just kinda
like
okay.
Goblin Slayer, but just think about it, making him an absolute psychopath instead of a mild psychopath.
Have they done a Full Metal Abridged?
I'm sure somebody has done
Oh,
it.
yeah, I forgot about
Full
Full Metal. Full Metal's good too. I like that one. But no, I absolutely loved
Google.
I just want to point out, Zod says that he hated Gungale more than Alfheim, which is inherently wrong because Gungale had a character that had actual character development and an interesting storyline, versus Alfheim had you running around fucking fairy chicks and then fucking your cousin for some reason and then tentacle rape. And it's not a good season.
Okay, so there
Okay.
is a Full Metal Abridged.
Who makes it?
Let's see here. There's 2 different ones that came up when I clicked, made by different people. So Arrogant Dubs looks to be one that they've done 6 episodes of.
Only 6?
Well, let me check to see when the last one was made.
Fun fact, guys.
One was made.
Abridging anime to the quality that it has been expected as of now because of Team 4-Star and Something Witty and people like that.
It
takes a long time, and it's very strenuous because you have to do all of the voice recording for it. You have to do all of the writing, all of the setup, all of the voice recording, all of the re-editing, all of the mouth flap animation, because that's an abridged thing that doesn't happen. And all of the background effects that happen if you want that. If you notice in Yu-Gi-Oh, for the first 20 episodes of the Abridged series, there is no actual sound effects. That's just voice audio. And you didn't walk in on the SAO discussion, you walked in on the Abridged discussion. I was, however, making a point about SAO while we're
here. So looking at this, things are really recent.
Really recent. Interesting. I would have expected it to be Dead and Buried.
The last one they did was Full Metal Abridged, 4.5, so a little in-between show. It was 2 months ago.
2 months ago?
2 months.
Really? That's not bad at all. That's when the last DBZ and Yu-Gi-Oh!
So it looks like Hellsing it takes a couple months to do a episode, which is understandable. But it looks like there is someone trying to do one. But yeah, I would watch an abridged of Full Metal, because Full Metal is hilarious and there's a lot there they could make fun of. The SAO one is great, but yeah, they're great shows as long as you enjoy the base anime, as I find.
Yeah. Well, there is also like definitely something applied to the creator where the creator has to do well for it to be a good show. Like I love Hellsing Ultimate Abridged. It's by far the best abridged show for just like it's stupid in 80 different ways. It tells the story of Hellsing without like taking itself too seriously, and it's super fun. But it's like
I think
I've never seen the show. Like I watched it later after watching the Abridged series, which they finished it. Like it's Hellsing Abridged is done. It actually finished 3 months ago. It was a super big thing because they released one episode every year on Halloween. I thought I was done. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah. So
for
that
me,
one,
though,
Hellsing Abridged, like I think that's the standard of like you can enjoy it without having watched it because it's a lesser known show.
Yeah.
So they kind of tailor it that way. Versus Yu-Gi-Oh and Dragon Ball are kind of like, if I say, hey, chat, who's seen Dragon Ball or Yu-Gi-Oh? Everybody in chat will say, I have seen at least one of these shows.
Yes.
Except for Vlad, who will say something to be contrarian.
For me, though, I think the one I like the most of the abridged shows I've seen is probably the SAO one.
It's pretty good.
Just because of how self-aware the show is. And it's a concept that really lends itself to being self-aware because these are people who are stuck in a video game. They're aware they're stuck in a video game. Like it's kind of
the very Deadpool. Levels. It's very Deadpool. Like you realize you're in a comic book. If you can acknowledge it and play it off well, then it's genius. If you do it terribly, then it's terribly done. Because there's like 8 SAO abridges, I'm sure, but none of them actually stood out because all of them were just like, haha, I'm edgy. Versus this one comes up with great lines such as when he's stabbing someone, I hope you enjoy this because it's the deepest you'll ever be in a woman.
Okay.
Or there's no reason to look for your God right now because he's right here and he's fresh out of mercy. It's just a great time altogether.
Huh. Sounds super fun.
It is. They turn the main character.
Like, they turn him into an
psychopath.
Absolute psychopath. It's amazing.
Which is great.
Well, because like through the entire show, he is very much so goody two shoes. Like, I'm going to be nice to people. I'm going to help people out. There's a murder mystery night going on. I should take my fake internet girlfriend with me. And then you end up with, SAO Abridged, and it's great. And then,
so if you're a fan of shows like Dragon Ball, like if you remember Yu-Gi-Oh fondly, if you liked Hellsing,
even if you didn't remember Yu-Gi-Oh fondly,
yes, if you hated Yu-Gi-Oh because it was so, you'll probably still get a kick out of the show.
I feel like you have to know the general concept of the show, though.
No,
you definitely need to know the general concept.
You need to know the general concept. That said, a lot of people do know the general concept of Yu-Gi-Oh. It was a massive cultural thing.
Yeah.
And they do get better as you go on. Remember, we only watched the first 3. They're very quick to watch. Like the Yu-Gi-Oh ones are like 8 minutes long. So you can kind of go through them really, really easily. They're great to throw on in the background. If you're, on a bus ride or anything like that, they're a neat little.
Like I've been chilling out just watching Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged and playing Trials. It's great.
Yeah. Throw them up on a different monitor. That's what I did today for Hellsing. I had Hellsing on one monitor and I was playing Anthem on the other.
And like Anthem is such a great game for that too. Just the whole
Anthem's great for
Anthem, Destiny, Division, Warframe, like all those super grindy games.
Just mindlessly play it. That's why I love streaming those kinds of games.
Yeah, they're great for streaming as well.
Oh yeah,
because you can sit and talk to chat. You can sit and talk to someone else.
Because I can
with them.
I had the greatest on the game. I listened to the greatest conversation about how those games are really, really good for streaming, but they're really bad for YouTube.
Yeah, I don't think they do super well.
Destiny and Anthem, and they're great for streaming because you do everything while you're streaming. But for YouTube, it's like, all right, cool. I want to do a raid video for YouTube, which means I need to set up and get everybody to do all the nightfalls. I need everybody to do all their daily stuff, and we can't make those separate videos, but they take a bunch of time because nobody's going to watch the 8th Nightfall video in a row. However, if I'm streaming Blasting Africa by Toto, people will watch my 5th Nightfall in a row because we're having a great time together.
Yeah, and you're having conversation with chat and stuff like that. So it's a very different economy.
Exactly. Also, it's like I'm playing Trials. I'm doing tilt bike racing. I'm doing the same exact thing over and over again, like very clearly the same exact thing.
And that's what, Trials is. It's doing the same thing
absolutely.
over and over again.
I love that though. I love like the hard and extreme courses where you have to like actually like figure stuff out. I'm not a huge fan of like the time races. I'm a bigger fan of like difficulty. But that's
I have
what it is.
I have fond memories of these games. But anyway,
this one came out on Tuesday.
Yeah,
this
cool.
one is brand new.
Very recent.
So I would recommend these shows to people if they have seen the animes and they have like good stupid sense of humor.
Yeah, if this is something you remember and enjoy, pick it up. Like it's
sure, why not?
They're
I recommend.
You're probably going to enjoy them.
I recommend DBZ and Hellsing.
Yeah, I thought the Yu-Gi-Oh one was.
I feel like you need to. You gotta be a Yu-Gi-Oh person to enjoy Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged. And granted, there's a lot of people that like slide into that. Like Red and I were talking about it. We want to like set up doing like a Yu-Gi-Oh night or something dumb. And like we can do that. We can totally do that. And there's enough people that we know that played Yu-Gi-Oh or watched Yu-Gi-Oh or something like that, and we can pull that out. Oh my god, we're gonna spend money on getting actual dual discs for this video. It's gonna be amazing. I just thought of that. How great would that be?
Oh no! Stop it!
Awful, but good.
So yeah, but there's been a lot of news and stuff to come out this week in like the game stuff. Have you guys noticed? Have you noticed the news?
I have not been taking a huge note of things.
I feel like I might have missed some things. I know about the Destiny 2 Season of the Drifter stuff.
Yeah.
There's that. That comes out on Tuesday.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll get to that in a moment. Hey guys, would anybody like to take a guess at what the Anthem review number is at right now?
Really low.
It's like a 6.
For anybody wondering, like before they ask the question, who are in chat or wondering at home, listening to this later, I should say. If you're wondering, it's like, well, what happened to Joker's Wild? That was the code name for Season of the Drifter. Just as an aside.
Joker's Wild and Season of the Drifter is the same exact thing.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It was just a code name. Bungie likes their code names. Just like Penumbra was the code name for Season of Opulence, which is coming later this year.
No, so it's not code names, it's the name of the expansion.
Yes.
But the season is the time period that it'll be in. So like right now we are in Black Armory as an expansion, but we are Season of the
Forge.
Season of the Forge, yeah, that's it. Yeah. And then Forsaken proper was Season of the Renegade, or
yes, yeah, it was
something like that. And then we're getting Joker's Wild, which is Season of the Drifter, and we're gonna get Season of Penumbra, which is Season of Opulence. They pulled us. They pulled a tricky on us.
Which
it
means
didn't used to be
probably. It's probably dealing with what's his face.
We already know we're dealing with Callus and the Shadows of Callus. The previous name they had for it was Season of the Shadow. It is not Zod. It has been changed to Season of Opulence.
No, you're seeing it was the Season of Shadow.
It was Season of Shadow, which is funny because like people were doing all the like, hey, like look at how all this stuff fits together. Penumbra is like, do you guys know what a penumbra is? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So
explain
Penumbra is the shadow that like the moon will cast during a lunar eclipse.
Okay.
Or it's relating to shadows. So people were like, Penumbra. It's going to be the Shadows of Callus. And then it's the Season of the Shadow. It's like, Season of the Shadow. It's the Shadows of Callus. And then now we're getting like, Opulence, which is very much so. That is very much a Callus word.
Yes. Yeah, it's a very easy nod to Callus based on, just the fact they're using the word opulent. And that's kind of his whole thing.
Season of opulence, where we feast to grow strong. Oh, I need to get 23 backflips on this mission. There's a lot of backflips.
It's a lot of backflips.
But so yeah, they announced a lot of new stuff with Season of the Drifter. We're getting Gambit Prime with 2-day free shipping.
That took me a second. I was about to ask, what the fuck are you talking about? And then I realized,
I was like, wait,
Amazon Prime.
He's talking about Amazon Prime. Well,
I got the joke.
The Amazon Prime memes are great.
So yeah, we're gonna get a new secondary like Gambit. It almost sounds kind of like Gambit competitive in a way.
Well, they've
It's
changed
pretty
Gambit
much
itself.
what it's gonna be.
And
yeah,
then
Gambit has changed.
They've changed Gambit itself. In addition to that, they've added Gambit Prime, which is only 1 round. So that's very interesting.
Yeah, it sounds like a Gambit hardcore mode. That's what it sounds. That's what it sounds like it's trying to be, which I'm not against because Gambit a lot of the times just took way too long. I'm sure we can all agree on that.
Which is why I think they changed the
absolutely
the main Gambit so that it's still 3 rounds for anybody wondering. But if it goes to the 3rd round,
it's just a boss rush.
It's a boss rush, so whoever kills the boss quicker.
The boss is already spawned and everything.
Yes, it's just a boss. There's no collecting motes or anything for the 3rd round. You get to the 3rd round. As well as they've changed up how the blockers work and what they are. They've increased their health.
Yes.
All
of the blockers have been changed, which I love. I'm very happy.
Apparently has mechanics in it for the bosses.
Yeah, they said that there's boss mechanics for it, kind of like a mini raid.
Yeah, so you have to pay attention to the mechanics to be able to DPS the boss, which is interesting.
How did that only give me 1? Goblin is the first blocker. I think it's a special goblin of some sort.
So it's a goblin. So he's got increased health. He's got more health than the knight originally had. Their next one after that,
Goblin Captain Knight.
Captain, and he's got more health than the other guys did. And then the last one is the knight, and he's got even more health than the ogre used to have.
Yeah.
So
no more ogre, Vlad. But the knight that's in charge of it has more health. I'm pretty sure, isn't it like an all a cool knight? Like according to like
it
style or some shit. Like the Dark Blade, because they've been using that model a lot recently.
They have. Those knights do show up in the other thing they're doing.
I can't remember the name right now. I'm a bad person because I'm very excited for it and I can't remember its name.
Was it the Allegiance things they have coming?
Are you talking about the Allegiance quests?
There's the Allegiance quest, but there's the other thing they have coming where it's I forget what they call it.
The dungeon thing?
Yeah, the dungeon thing.
It starts with an R, doesn't it?
I'm gonna Google it.
Why are we bad? The Reckoning.
The Reckoning. That's it. Thank you.
That starts with a W.
What? No.
It's Reckoning. Never mind.
R.
That was a bad one.
Bad deal.
Jokes are numbers, games.
To side with him for a second, the word reckoning can also be spelled with a W. It's a different reckoning, though.
It is, yeah.
It's a very different reckoning.
There you go. See? Look, I'm smart, guys. No, I'm not. It's fine now.
No, we're not going to go that far.
I feel attacked.
I mean, listen, this man over here throws himself in front of 20 swords and says, "Stop attacking me." It's like, calm yourself.
You right.
This is not how the Force works.
All right. So anyway, we got some new Destiny stuff. What other kind of news were we talking about?
So we got also
Division 2 launches on the 15th.
Yes,
the Division 2 beta is playing right now in select theaters.
Loved it when I played. I
actually don't believe that the Cinemark down the street from me allows me to play the Division 2 in their movie theaters.
They might. You have to ask.
Have you taken your Xbox there to try?
I don't have a power cable for my Xbox, so no.
Oh, okay.
You'd also have to remember, his name and sign in for there. So
I did get that eventually.
Did you finally remember the password?
No, I had to reset the password. So it's a really weird situation. So because I got Xbox Live when I first got a 360, which was, believe it or not, 10 years ago.
God, we're old.
You're
Yeah.
old. You should try. I remember when I got a Nintendo. All right?
So believe it or not, me setting up that account, I didn't have an email, so I used my dad's. Or
Wait,
my dad used his email.
didn't have an email. Wow.
Man, at 10 years old, my bad. I actually probably would have had an email at that point if I actually just like made an effort.
I mean, to be fair, I didn't have an email at 10. To be fair, that was 19.
Was the internet around when you were 10?
Yes, the internet
Okay.
is older than me.
Yeah, they used a primitive version with rocks and stones.
Actually, it belonged to the military and colleges.
Shit. He beat me. They used Morse code. But yeah, no, like, so my dad used his email, his work email that he still uses for the company that he is the CEO at. So here I am, like a jackass, using an email that I can't even actually like access the email because it's on a private server. It's a small company, Vlad. It's not like a big company or anything. It's a small, like, you wouldn't even know what they do. They work like phone activations. So like when you buy like a new phone, they'll like activate it. Don't worry, we've been constantly like that company has been constantly just like slowly sinking for longer than I can remember. So trust me, that company will sink faster than my Xbox Live account. And I'm surprised I'm not banned yet. So oh man. Let's talk about me and my private life.
We could.
What else this week? So Anthem is getting bad reviews. It's
yes.
BioWare's worst game ever made.
Really?
Worst reviewed game ever. It's
From
not
a
the worst
review
game ever
standpoint.
made.
From a review standpoint.
We still have Andromeda out there. There's still other games BioWare has done that are worse actual games than this.
From a review standpoint, which is so dumb because it's such a fun game.
It is very fun.
Is stupidly fun.
I don't want to get into it again, but we've talked about it a lot. How I just kind of feel like it needs to have more. It will have more in the future.
It will get more
soon. Yeah, it will soon.
Yeah,
which is something that happens a lot to these types of games because they take a very long time to develop, and then publishers get antsy and push the games out a little too early.
Well, so here's what it was. The game spent 8 years, alleged, in development.
Yep.
We don't know how much of that time was actual development, or it was like once a month, a dude sat alone in a boardroom drawing pictures. Because
it's probably like a small team of like 4 to 10 people for a few years. But
yeah, exactly. Because we don't know what development what they define as development. They could define full scale 200 people in a room coding, animating, and programming everything, or they could count 4 to 10 guys in a conference room coming up with a story. Like, production is a very broad term.
Yeah.
But so they have a production team working on it for 8 years. If they had probably another year, would have come out without any flaws. But they wanted to get it on shelves before the Division 2.
Yeah, I think that was a big thing from EA. They wanted that out before.
It was absolutely from EA. I don't think BioWare would have pushed that. A lot of game devs will release bad games, and a lot of them will release unfinished games. But it takes a publisher to force you to rush a game.
Yeah.
Most devs, and I'm not saying all devs, because that would be just wrong. Most devs do not rush their games. They want to release a full game, because there is a statement from one of the heads of Nintendo from way back when, which was a rushed game will be bad forever. A delayed game will be eventually good, which that was from back when you couldn't update. Now you can.
Yes, now you can, and that's no longer true. I mean, games do now
but you also have to keep...
Let's take a look at No Man's Sky, Sea of Thieves.
Now, it's not true in every case, Dale. There are games that are released early and rushed that will always be bad.
You also have to take into consideration when a game is first put out in the public is going to have
Mm-hmm.
Like they're gonna have opinions, and a lot
They're-
of people will never
yes.
change their opinions. I guarantee you, there are people who will still never look at No Man's Sky as an actual
yeah.
good game now. Granted, I've never played it, but like I see enough about it to go, oh, it's actually probably really good now. But they've already been
Yes.
tainted by the shitty launch. They're like, fuck that game. I'm never gonna give it a shot. Even same
Yeah,
thing
that-
with.
No Man it's going to happen for Anthem. There's going to be people like we had people like that when Destiny first came out, when D1. We had a lot of the same complaints there. People like there's nothing to do at endgame. There's no endgame to this game. There were a lot of those complaints back then too for that.
I mean, I feel like I don't know. Destiny 1 had a lot more to do than Anthem does for endgame, though.
it did.
It really
but Bungie
doesn't.
wasn't.
It does. It 100% does.
It did to a degree, but Bungie wasn't as rushed, I think, as BioWare got rushed by EA.
Bungie
True.
was okay. False. Bungie was way more rushed because they had to restart their entire game a year beforehand.
Okay, yes, they had to do that. That definitely.
They had a
things
way
up.
better baseline,
But they also
but
they
the
didn't have to
game is
rebuild
very
the
clearly stitched.
they didn't have to rebuild the engine and and stuff like that. They had to rebuild.
But are these games
wish they
better than
would.
Superman 64? I have no idea, Retro. Never played Superman
Every
64.
game is better than Superman 64.
Superman 64 is the second worst game ever made.
What's
Okay.
the worst?
E.T. for the Atari.
You bring up
E.T.
this
for the
excellent
Atari
point.
is
Yeah, the game's so bad they literally buried the copies in the desert.
no, not in the desert, in the dump.
I swear
It was a
out in the
dump
desert.
in a desert.
Yeah, it's
Well,
it
then
was
we're
a dump
both
in the
right.
desert,
Eat a dick.
But it's an actual.
Well, the
they
thing is,
actually,
though, they were taken to other dumps as well that weren't in
Yeah.
the desert.
Yeah,
So I'm
but
going
they
to
put
go
them in
with
dumps on
dump is
purpose.
correct.
I still have my copy that works.
Just let
You
me be
really?
right.
Yeah,
Just let me
I
be
still
right.
have my Atari that
guys.
works.
How
God,
much do you
you're
think
old.
you could sell that for? Like,
I
not
have
saying you
no
would,
idea.
but like realistically, like some nut job creator or like some nut job collector who wants to have a copy of ET and an Atari. What do you think?
Probably a good amount because I still have the box. So
That's really good. You can probably make up some bank off of that if you're ever in a tight space.
yes,
1 cent? Listen, I bet you could make a lot more than that
I have
off of somebody
PlayStation
who wants to
games
collect
that
it.
are rare enough that they're like $400 a piece.
Nelstar, how much
so
would you
Something
spend
like
on
something like
ET
that
and
is very
Atari?
would be very expensive. But the game is so bad. The reason I say the ET is bad, and the reason people hate it so much, is that one, it's we're not
not
even going to
good.
discuss graphics or that. The game is very boring,
Maybe $100.
and in addition to that, it's literally possible to start the game, and when you start the game, it creates a map that is randomized. It's a randomized map, which is a great concept for the time.
Ooh, there's ways to not
Except-
be able to win it.
Except they didn't program it right, so it's possible that the tile you need to win the game, because you have to get to that tile with a certain object, does not spawn.
That's
it happens a lot.
dumb.
It's not an occasional thing, it's a lot. So you can literally have a map load up
Dude.
and go, I can't win this game. No matter what you do. Also, in addition to that, the controls are a little... There's
wanna die.
issues with the game.
I wanna
But
play
I am
this
actually
game.
I'm gonna look up how much this actually costs. The Atari, let's check eBay.
It's probably worth at least $2.
I got a $100 from Nelstar in chat. So,
Now you're overpaying.
oh man,
Because you can get this copies of the game for pretty cheap. And here's one with the
Damn.
box. This might actually only be the box. Let me see.
oh my. So have you read about those those eBay scams and stuff that they sell yeah, I'm selling a brand new iPhone X, and then they just sell you the box?
Yeah.
I love it. It's so dumb.
Because people don't check. And if you check some of the ads, it'll literally say they're only selling the box. And people
Yeah.
are like, you can't do that. It's like, it was clearly listed that they're only selling the box, and you just purchased the box.
My favorite thing was somebody was brought on to, I think, Judge Judy, and it was it's she said she was selling me the whole phone. It's nah, I was selling you the box, you dumb bitch. And it was okay, well, let's take a look at the listing. And it showed all of the phone specs, but then it said only the box. And it was
Yep.
yeah, okay, see, here's the thing though. You're selling a box with the phone specs. So unless the box has those specs, you're gonna give her the phone now.
Nope.
It was damn it.
Nope. And I know for Judge Judy, she used to be a judge, and they go on the show to agree to the
Keyword used
arbitration
to
of
be.
it. But
Yeah.
she
Not
has
a
no
court of
legal.
law.
It's not a court of law, and she literally has no legal basis for this. Like, you can't sue someone for that because you didn't read an ad properly. You can put whatever information you want in an ad, as long as you clearly list what you're selling. Additional information about, say, the product that is normally carried in said box, you can include, because, I mean, it's just written on the box as well. Like, that information is on the box. So it's in a weird gray spot for the law for false advertising. False advertising laws are pretty strict, but if it clearly states only box like is for sale, like no like phone not included somewhere on that like on that page, and you didn't
She's
read
probably
it,
in the clear.
then you're in the clear.
Yeah, scams
That's-
are a thing.
Like, that's how it works. Like, that's what fine print is for. And I'm really used to doing fine print, and some of it is, oh boy, do you really need to read it?
Copper sent me a 4-page contract. 3 of it was fine print. I think he has both of my kidneys, or was the clause for just one of them?
Oh,
I don't
man.
think
I take all organs. All organs are fine.
all organs.
All
So there
functioning
you go.
organs.
This
We don't
is
want anything subpar.
the comfy files. Don't work with Copper. He takes your organs.
Am I gonna have to rethink my short business strategy then? Shit.
But look, Comfy, look what comes of it. Look, it's pretty.
It's 2 organs.
It's 2 organs. Oh no.
Look,
I like to imagine that like
I'll
he
keep a
actually took
kidney
all of my
and a
organs,
lung.
but then made like an actual organ out of them.
I mean, I suppose you could try to do that. Not
I
sure
mean,
how that would work.
You could try. It wouldn't. But just imagine if somebody that you knew made an organ, or an organ squared, as you might be able to call it.
I mean, I can probably make a bagpipe out of one, but I'm not sure about an organ.
Weren't original like bagpipes made out of like liver or some shit? Organs are worth a lot of money. I'll sell my organs.
Probably something around like a sheep's stomach, or
that's
a
like
cow's stomach or
that
something
sounds
like that.
Scottish, right?
Yeah, oh, 100%.
Right? It sounds like something that would happen, or at least they got the idea from there for an inflatable bag, right?
That's haggis. I know what haggis
Yes,
is.
that is
and
haggis.
I know that we're talking about that, but I'm pretty sure
haggis is the offal of a sheep boiled in the sheep's stomach. Yes, Comfy, I'm aware, or Vlad, I'm aware of that.
we're both aware of haggis.
I'm literally from a place called New Scotland. When you translate the name to English, that's where I'm from. It's all Scottish and
It's
Irish.
New Scotland. Here they have haggis.
Well, and the French.
I hear they have French.
We do. We have Acadian French here.
I hear they have Canadian French.
Not Canadian. Acadian.
I hear they have Acadian French.
We also have the most Gaelic speakers in the world.
I hear they have the most Gaelic speakers in the world. Not funny, but it is to me.
It's amazing how distracted we get on this podcast.
We get very distracted.
Like,
now, I did do some research for the podcast. Unlike Comfy, I didn't look up, the history of abridged things.
Uh-huh.
That I thought of, well, we don't have anything to watch yet. So I went
I
have a suggestion.
I would suggest
no Comfy.
Hellsing.
So that's
really?
Yes, I'm curious about that show. I don't think I'm gonna watch the abridged. It was just like so like
over the top.
God damn. Yeah. Like, Yu-Gi-Oh is a no-go. I'm done with that. Dragon Ball Z, I feel like possibly I might watch it if I'm bored. But like Hellsing, I'm curious about it. Like I want to watch that.
So that's one of the 3 ones on my list. I had Hellsing because I've never seen it either. And Comfy mentioned I don't think he's seen the show, so
I've seen most of it.
Okay, most of it. The other ones on the list are Bakano, which is a gangster type tale. Comfy just got very excited, as you can tell by the sound of that.
I've talked to you about Bakano before.
And the other one on the list might pique Dale's interest because it's from the creator of Samurai Champloo and Cowboy Bebop. Now, it's a name I can't pronounce because...
Would you like to link it to me and I'll pronounce it?
Yes, I'm just going to stick it in both of your chats here. Just give me a second.
Okay. Pretty sure
Michiko and Hatchin? That's easy.
Michiko and Hatchin.
Yeah. I'm bad with names. So
Maybe you're
that's
just bad
probably
at talking.
the creator's least known show. And apparently has one of the more happier endings for his type
Yes,
of work.
Vlad. It's Hachin. I'm sorry. Michiko and Hachin.
Well, we'll find out the actual pronunciation if you watch.
Michiko.
It's probably the only way we're going to find that out.
It looks very Cowboy Bebop in like the animation style.
Yes,
just from, like
everything
the poster
looks
that I see.
very much on that regard. So that's another possibility because I've never seen it. I've never heard of that show before.
But now you have.
But now I have. And I'm curious because their other work is really, really good. Like they set kind of the gold standard for a lot of anime with their other stuff.
Oh yeah,
that they've
absolutely.
done. So, it's okay. If this is the gold standard, what are we looking at here, right? Like what's
probably bronze, if I'm honest. It's a precious metals joke for all you geologists out there.
I feel he does these because I'm here.
Copper is just like, I don't like it. Make it stop. He doesn't want to be around me anymore. He's like slowly every single day. He's like, we shouldn't have allowed him on the podcast.
It's fine. And I'm fine being around you, unlike women. It's fine.
Oh no!
See, no, this is why he keeps me, because he can make these jokes and he knows I'll be okay with it. Like, he knows if anything, I'll play off of it.
Comfy has a good sense of humor. For anybody listening,
that is.
Moral of the
It's
story.
not untrue. Wouldn't call it true, but I wouldn't call it untrue.
Such a weird color. Like this is the legendary color.
Vengeance, did you watch that?
Yes, I did. Good save, bud. Yeah, I love watching Trials. Like Comfy's playing Trials this whole time, and I'm just like,
It's
I'm
so
watching.
entertaining. Like it's
It
such
is.
a fun game.
I love to
I'm not
watch
getting
it.
very much done because Comfy is playing that in the background.
Yeah, we're all terrible.
Oh man, that makes me feel good about actually streaming it, because I've streamed it once and it didn't do particularly well. So and I'm in a very big crossroads. I'm trying to figure out what I need to stream to actually progress.
Well, because you're getting super close there as well.
147.
Oh my, good shit, guys! Mixer.com/ComfyGamer. If you aren't following him, you're banned.
So yeah,
I don't know.
So we're I'm trying to be smart about it, because I've done my own personal math and it's I'm not going to hold out until June. So trying to figure that out sooner rather than later. God damn it.
I mean, I'm getting close. I'm let's see, 1924 away. So
I'm just now short of 400, so I'm getting...
With me and Copper, we're just short of 2,000.
Yeah, just short of 2,000.
Fusion!
One of my favorite jokes from Community is they're doing a fundraiser and one of the girls is I'm raising money to help the oil spilled animals, and the other one's I'm doing it just to feel good. And the one who just does it to feel good starts doing slutty mud wrestling and trying to raise extra money. And then at the end they're counting it up. It's yeah, look, I raised $324, and with her total, we have about 330. It's wait, what? We have almost 130 total, and it's okay, geez, that's rude.
Yeah. Okay, so I feel we should do Hellsing while it's still fresh in our mind.
I like Hellsing.
Yeah, Hellsing is a good idea.
I've seen a good bit of it. The thing is, all of the characters in Hellsing, and this is what I love, and you'll realize this as you're watching it, all of the characters in Hellsing are watered down versions of the characters from Hellsing Abridged.
Okay.
We're watching Hellsing Ultimate, by the way. That's because there's
Ultimate?
So there's Hellsing, which this is very much a Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood situation.
Okay.
So there's Hellsing, which came out, and then there's Hellsing Ultimate, which came out afterwards, consolidates certain parts of the story, expands on it, and tells the proper ending. So that's the one we want to go for, specifically Ultimate. The dubs are not bad; they're not super great, but I will but I will definitely sit for Hellsing as long as you can promise we can do Baccano next week.
Sure, yeah, that's fine.
Hey, a jacuzzi!
I am in for that. That sounds like a plan.
That sounds like a good plan. We are so like ahead of schedule. Wait, I did have something I actually wanted to recommend.
Oh, what's that?
Okay.
Like an actual meme. So obviously I was gonna throw in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, which we already got the note for.
That's why I said no.
I wanted to bring up, and I don't know why. I've just been like thinking of it recently. I've been seeing like memes about it. I want to bring up Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid.
Miss Kobayashi's what? Dragon Maid?
Dragon Maid. Okay,
all right,
I haven't watched that. I know what it is.
Let me give Dale a really quick rundown. All right.
Good.
So there's this Japanese salary woman, right?
Okay.
And she's just like chilling and she's bored. And she decides one night to get really drunk.
I approve.
So, yeah, so far so good. So she gets super drunk and goes out into the forest. You know, as you do, you get drunk and go out in the forest. And then she found a dragon who was mortally wounded by a giant sword. And in her drunk stupor, she pulls the sword out of the dragon. The dragon decides, I owe my life to you. And she's like, yeah, sure, whatever. And she wakes up the next day to this like girl in a maid costume that says, hi, I'm the dragon that you saved last night. I'm gonna be your maid for you because you're super cool. And she's like, cool, wait, what the fuck?
Okay.
And basically it's the story of this dragon who very much so just wants to be a maid, becoming a maid for this woman who very clearly does not need a maid that is also a dragon. There are
Why does the dragon want to become a maid? That doesn't make any sense.
You just gotta watch it. And it's great because so she's like trying to like cook and clean and stuff. And the entire time she's like trying to feed the main character like pieces of her tail. Because she's like, it's got lots of good nutrients, you should eat it.
I was now confused.
Does her tail regrow, or is it like...
Yeah, her tail regrows. So she has like a human form and a dragon form as well.
Uh-huh.
It's just such a good show.
You know, like dumb. Like dragons typically do.
Yeah, human form and a dragon form.
Yeah, sounds...
But there's other dragons. There's one that's like essentially a child. There's one that wants to destroy the entire world but becomes addicted to video games.
What the fuck? Okay.
There's one that wants to come in and kill the original dragon that came through, but then she gets too distracted by getting a job part-time coding and gets too stressed out, so she's unable to take on this murder. It's a great time. It's a very good show, and I highly recommend it. And then there's one dragon with big titties.
Yes.
Oh boy!
Which is the one that everybody recognizes.
I don't like that dragon. Like
it's also the one that gets cosplayed.
All right, give me the name again. I'm gonna Google this shit. What is it?
Miss Kobayashi, K-O.
Just type in Dragon Maid.
A-Y.
Miss Kobayashi Dragon Maid. All right, let's do it.
If you type in Dragon Maid, it's like the first hit.
It is such a good show. It is so dumb.
Okay. Okay, so the dragon has like horns in dragon form. Okay. All right.
And in human form.
Yes.
Okay. Or I meant human form.
I know you did. That was the joke.
Oh, okay. Oh, and a tail.
But so Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid is definitely that is a slice of life show I would like to get through at some point. But I need to throw it on the table or I will forget. We're already doing Hellsing this week, but I want to get through
Hellsing, and then we're gonna do that like gangster show. And
Baccano.
Yeah.
Baccano is interesting. That show has some of the best voice acting and some of the best like one of the best theme songs in anime.
It's a very interesting show.
It is a weird ass show because it's like, look, like you're not gonna get to the point of it, because like it doesn't show it till like later on. But it's like, look, we're on the train, jacuzzi. We're on the train, and it's like, cool. Here's 18 different factions. Cool. It's gonna take me at least 3 episodes to understand all of them. Hey, jacuzzi, what's going on? I don't know. I think these guys have a mortal life. Jeez, jacuzzi. By the way, they did actually get Joey Wheeler to voice every character, which is why it's amazing.
Vlad, we are never going to cover your favorite show, My Little Pony. I'm sorry.
We are not going to watch My Little Pony. However, we will watch My Little Pony Friendship is Magic.
Is that even that's not even an anime, Vlad. Get out of here.
It is not an anime, no.
We only watch anime on this show.
And anime-related shows.
That's Dressy's favorite show. Let Dressy enjoy his favorite show, then. No reason for you to judge people.
Oh, shit. Are you judging him for liking that show, Vlad?
You, a fan of anime? Judging a furry? I mean, what?
Well, no, it's a brony at that point.
Oh my god.
Clop, clop, motherfucker.
Clop, clop,
yeah,
motherfucker.
Bronies are a thing, Dale, at the term.
Look, I understand.
He does not know enough.
Well, I figured as a furry, he probably knew. Just wanted to make sure.
Hey, can we, like,
Wait,
intentionally
what?
We need to start talking in DMs and, like, line up a set of shows that just gets increasingly more attractive animal girls until we get to a point
where Dale just like, no, stop this.
He doesn't, so we give him a bunch of animes, but we just subconsciously are just wrapping them into his head. And then the last one we'll watch will be ReZero, and he'll have to get attracted to Felix, who is definitely not a dude. It's the perfect plan.
Let me just Google something real quick here.
Actually, I'm a boy. Wait, I need to pull this up really quick.
Oh god.
I'm just
I
most attractive animal girl animes.
I'm surprised you guys haven't thrown like weird shit at me later. I don't
keep trying. Comfy's like, we can't do that. He's not ready yet.
Oh, you guys DMing each other about this shit, huh? Oh, okay. Wow.
Like I still want to throw Monster Girls at you.
I mean,
the warning or anything like that. Just go here.
I feel like I might be ready.
Actually,
not really.
Comfy.
I don't want to.
We should make him watch Queen's Blade.
1 second. 1 second.
Comfy is watching a YouTube video right now.
He's watching a meme thing. Yeah.
Yes. Comfy's
Actually,
obsession.
I'm a boy. Sorry. That's
we should 100 and Dale, you're not allowed to Google this. Make him watch Queen's Blade.
All right.
Now I really want to Google it. I wasn't gonna Google it until you told me not to.
No for you.
You're not allowed to, but I am.
See, now I really want to Google it. I can't not Google this.
Chat.
Chat. Do I Google this?
No.
No.
Queen's Blade Rebellion.
All right, I will not Google it.
Queen's Blade.
I will be nice.
Does not matter which.
Listen, I just see the first picture is a chick with bright pink hair, and I'm in.
Oh, what picture did you come across? Oh, I think I know what character you're looking at.
See, they expect me to not Google it.
Yeah, we don't want you to Google these things. We want you to be surprised by them.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, wait. They have Queen's Blade, the Exiled Virgin? They made a show about me! Whoever hit that button, thank you. I just want another Malim. Malim is great. Also, so, Vlad, I don't like ReZero because I fucking hate Subaru as a character and I want him to die a painful death.
I used to drive a Subaru. They're pretty nice.
They always make the wrong decisions, like turning left when I say go right, or saying, but I love Amelia, you know? Fuck you. Such a stupid show. Hey, let's get a really cool premise, really interesting characters, and a great background. That's cool. And we're on the brink of civil war. Wow, this is really interesting. And there's cult shit. Wow, wait, all of this in one show? What's the downside? Animal and cat girls. That's great, though. And the main character's a dick.
Comfy's not a fan of shows where the main character is a dick.
I'm not a fan. No, here's the thing. I like a show that I can enjoy watching. And if everything I watch makes me want to be like, ew, then I'm not going to watch it. Straight up, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Season 1. I watched the first episode of the show after being recommended it heavily. And I sat down afterwards and said, if the show does not get better, I will not watch this show. If every episode is like this episode, I will not watch this show. Which is, man, you guys should know by now, I will watch anything So like, and you
Low
know how much
standards,
I watch JoJo's
comfy.
Bizarre Adventures. That's what they call me. That's my name. Don't wear it out. Low standards, comfy. Love JoJo's. JoJo's just great. It's like super weird, super dumb, and super fun. But like the entire first season is not good. Change my mind. Like if we watched it for this, I would make us watch the second season. Because the only thing you need to know about the first part is Dio is a bad guy. Like that's it.
All right, so I am curious as to what you guys have been watching for animes lately, outside of what we've been doing for podcast.
So I've been keeping up with, Slime.
As is tradition.
I haven't kept up with.
Okay, did you watch this week's episode of Slime?
Not yet.
Because I have a fucking bone to pick with this week's
There
episode.
are a couple other shows that have caught my interest. I want to take a look at.
Don't talk about spoilers.
Season 1 goes through its story at the most breakneck speed. Yes, but
I will
like
drop these in Comfy's chat. Comfy, that's one I was looking at.
okay. But so here's the thing is it's like season 1 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure speeds through the story because they need to get to the good stuff. But the problem is, it's like the entire first episode is literally this guy with his dog getting kicked a lot. That's all it is. It's not like, oh, look, there's story development. It's like, hi, I'm Jonathan. I'm a nice white boy. Hi, I'm Dio. I'm a bad white boy. And then you get that for 10 episodes. Like, what? I like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. But Joseph Joestar is the best Joestar. Change my mind. And also,
I feel like he's the worst. I don't have anything.
If you can name 2 characters from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, I will let you dictate all of the opinions that I have about the show. No Googling.
There's JoJo.
No Googling.
Okay, wrong.
And there's the shadow demon thing that comes out of the shadows.
Also wrong.
I don't know anything about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Now, see, Vlad got it. He named Joseph Joestar, Jonathan Joestar, Speedwagon. How can you forget about Speedwagon?
There's the other thing about that show that Comfy has not mentioned. A lot of the characters are named after bands.
Oh, dude, it's so great. No, okay, so
you got Ario, Speedwagon, Dio.
The writer of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure
nuts.
Fucking loves the writer of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure loves like OG rock.
Yes.
Love it. Cool.
So like Dio's the main bad guy is named after Dio. Speedwagon was named after Rio Speedwagon. Zeppeli was named after Led Zeppelin. Tom Petty is named after Tom Petty. Dyer and Straitso are named after the Dire Straits. Doobie is named after the Doobie Brothers. Believe it or not.
I would hope that people got at least the Tom Petty one.
Oh, Tom Petty is like the easiest one. So the 3 main characters in part 2 are where are they? There they are. So the 4 bad guys are named Santana, AC/DC, Cars, and Wham.
Beautiful.
There is let's see, what else are there? Because I love like going through this. There's just so many. Muhammad Abdal is named after Paula Abdul. I love it.
It's just a constant thing.
ZZ is named after ZZ Top. Steely Dan, believe it or not, named after Steely Dan.
Shocker.
I want to pull up the most recent season just because there's a lot of. So this one is holy shit. Gold Experience is named after Gold Experience. Six Pistols is named after Sex Pistols. Aerosmith is named after Aerosmith.
I usually don't involve pistols. That sounds weird.
Moody Blues is named
still
after
say
Moody Blues.
You need to get the Papercraft helmet.
No.
Oh my god.
No.
Oh, one dude's stand name is Black Sabbath.
Okay.
Because you have Green Day, You have Purple Haze, named after the song by Jimi Hendrix. Like,
I hope to God there's people out there who know
don't
know what
all this show does, all this guy does when he was writing it was like, I need a name.
Audio is jacked over here. What the fuck?
Audio is not doing good. It's God, it's like I'm playing Apex.
Everything's fine now. What the
Okay,
fuck?
I could hear Comfy perfectly fine.
No. It was on my end. Something.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
super robotic.
Yeah, no, I heard.
Restart. Like I had to restart my audio thing. So
send me a picture of the best stand in this show, and I have to show it to everyone. I will be the judge of that because I myself am the judge.
Don't take anything from Vlad. Never a good idea. But yeah, I'm pretty sure we could come across. We should make a list. Of just awful, well, not awful, but shows to show Dale to make him on.
Oh, absolutely. Also, the main villain of like season 4 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is their stand name is Killer Queen by the Queen song, which I'm sure you've seen memes about Killer Queen. I hate them.
I flicked away from Comfy's channel just for a second. I
didn't show it.
I flicked away so I could get some work done, and now we actually finished the project in a little bit of time.
Damn.
It's something I'm doing for Doc.
By the way, Vlad just sent me a picture of Will Smith with the Will Smith genie as his stand. I just want to point that out to everybody as I'm dying. But, you know, it's so good. No, listen, what was good was I was talking to Fatal. I'm going to pull up this fucking image because it was so funny. Oh my fuck. I just really quick, I need to show this to people. Seth sent me this.
What the, oh my god.
What does Pot of Greed even do?
I don't remember.
It lets you draw 2 cards. So I'm talking to Fatal. This was like a week or so ago. And wait, one sec, what the fucking, that's amazing. He was talking to me about this girl I was talking to on Tinder.
Oh, you were getting somewhere?
Boy, you gotta calm yourself. And so he was like, yo, send me a pic. And I was like, what? He was like, yo, send me a pic.
What did he want a picture of? Did he want a picture of the girl, I take it?
Yeah, he wanted to know what the girl that I was talking to looked like. So obviously I sent him the first picture in my phone, which was this.
For those at home who can't see this, it's Will Smith as the genie.
Photoshopped onto a magic card.
Photoshopped onto a magic card.
So I send him that, and he's like, wait, what? And I was like, no, just stop. Not that bad.
Okay.
There was another meme that I wanted to show that I sent him. Oh yeah, this is a pretty good meme. I'm gonna set this to play, and I'm gonna go to the bathroom because I have to go to the bathroom.
Okay.
As is tradition of
Comfy being here. Yes.
It's not like no. God damn it! The bastards did it! You sons of bitches!
Video unavailable. Oh no. What was the video he was? I don't even know. So
unforgivable.
Chica dance?
Never forgive the nation of Japan.
What the hell is
he won't commit to wearing the jacket on the hallway. Oh no.
Okay.
Anyway. So yeah, I've been watching. So Monday, I vegged out on the couch for a bunch of hours, and it was nice. I started watching season 3 of My Hero. I gave up after an episode because I did not like going from a full dubbed show to subbed.
Are you on subs now?
Yeah, I'm just like, I'll just wait for the next season to be dubbed, I guess. And then I started watching One Punch Man on Hulu has a dub version now. So I watched a couple episodes of that, which was cool. And then I watched a bunch of That Time I Was Reincarnated as a Slime, and I'm up to like...
Oh, nice.
Yeah. They murdered the thing, the big thing.
The big thing?
Vlad, where is season 3 dubbed? I've been watching on Hulu.
Okay, did you get to the point where the Orc Lord is dead? Is
Yes.
that where you're at? Okay.
Yeah. Funimation would, like, on Crunchyroll, would season 3 be dubbed? Vlad in chat is being useful and helpful. Not on Crunchyroll. What the fuck is Funimation? I mean, I know what Funimation is. Funimation's a website? No, there's not a... Okay. There's not a PlayStation app, Vlad.
So is he being super helpful now?
I mean, he's trying to help. There is... I need to have like 1,800 apps now. What the fuck?
Well, it's... there is a PlayStation app for Funimation, yes. Yeah, that's the thing now. Everybody's branching out into... Like, I want to do my own thing. So you've got, like, the Funimation one. You've got Hulu. You've got, you know, Crunchyroll. You've got Amazon going, no, we want to have shows. You've got stuff on Netflix.
Yep.
It's a giant mess. And eventually it's going to get to the point where most of these things start failing. And then, you know, you'll have the clear winners such as Netflix and probably Amazon because they've got enough money to throw at it.
So how long does it take them to put a dubbed version of My Hero out there?
Depends. It should be pretty soon, just because I think season 4 is coming out this year as well.
So they're pretty on top of it with the dubbed versions?
So they're pretty on top of it with the dubbed versions because they try to keep them up to date.
See, now I've watched animes that I've really enjoyed with subtitles. My 2 favorite animes I've ever seen, both were subtitled. But like when I transition from dub to sub, I'm like, fuck you. Like I'm committed to hearing the English voice actors, and then when they make me actually pay attention closely, I'm like, no.
Yeah, it's the voice actors. As soon as you have a voice actor set that you like, moving away from them is very difficult.
Yeah, like it's not even that I like them.
I can't watch Dragon Ball in Japanese, and I watch almost every anime in Japanese. I can't watch Dragon Ball in it because I can't stand Goku and his family's voices.
But yeah, okay. So I don't know.
Well,
I got how many more episodes of Slime is there for this season? They're not done yet.
They're not done yet.
Like I still have some to catch up. I'm not sure exactly how many, but like I'm gonna keep up with that at some point.
Slime's on episode 21. Usually, if an anime is a long season, and it looks like this anime is going to be a long season, about 24 to 25 episodes.
Okay, I saw last week there were 17. So Comfimus has returned. We were talking about
so fucking mad.
The other show I've been watching is the Shield Hero show, which is real good.
Nice.
I've been watching Kaguya-sama Love is War, which I'm currently playing a clip from on my channel right now.
So Comfy, we were discussing how I have been catching up with my time, the Slime show. I just watched the Demon Lord get eaten.
Which Demon Lord?
The first one? Oh, the Orc Lord, yeah.
Oh, yeah. He was a Demon Lord at the end.
Yes. Yeah, he becomes a Demon Lord at the end.
So yeah.
It's a very good show. I'm so glad that show exists. It's like one of my reasons to live right now.
Comfy is a simple creature.
This video right now that I'm watching is my other reason to live.
As long as Comfy has pink-haired anime girls, he's happy and alive.
Especially when they dance.
Who can't see it? Comfy is watching a short video of a pink-haired anime girl dancing around.
Yeah.
Fun fact, you can find this if you look up Chica Dance on YouTube. It's such a wholesome and fun video.
You know, as long as it doesn't get copyright claimed by Sony.
I'm not getting copyright claimed.
No, I mean the video. The video cover.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so for anybody who's confused by what my screaming was, I clicked on a link I had previously used for the Chica Dance, and instead of finding the video, I found a big thing that said, has been copyright claimed by Sony. So I did what any reasonable human being would do.
Scream.
I screamed. How could those bastards have done it?
All right, so what are you guys going to be up to the rest of this, like, starting out the week? What are you looking forward to? I think we're all going to be doing some Destiny things.
For game-wise, Tuesday, Destiny, because I want to see the new stuff. This weekend, today, probably more The Division 2 or Anthem. I was playing Magic a little earlier, but I like drafting on Magic, and the two current forms of draft on here I'm not super excited about. So
what are they?
That rotates. There's traditional draft.
Okay, what
for,
set is the traditional draft?
Ravnica's newest release.
Oh, okay.
So it's still on that, and which is okay, except I do like the one round.
I don't like
matches.
A lot of cards in those packs.
Yeah, and I like the 1 round matches a lot for draft. I find draft is a lot more fun that way. There is a 1 round draft up. It's for the ranked draft, but it's using like older sets.
Yeah.
So I'm like, meh, I didn't like those sets, so I'm like, meh, I'll wait until they rotate and just save my coins, my gems.
He just screamed and took off the jacket.
For the rest of the week, though, that's not the little bit of gaming I'm going to be getting done. Is going to be. I have a thing for Doc to do, which I'm going to do tomorrow, but I just finished quickly when I wasn't watching Comfy, which I'm back to doing now.
Well, now that I'm off the anime dance video.
Yeah. Well, I had that up obviously because commenting on it.
Obviously. Listen,
I got to finish Drike's camera frame. I got to finish sending like a couple little tweaks to SJ Jones stuff, and her stuff is done. I had a previous customer of mine who just rebranded, which is cool because he's a nice guy, but he had a really bad name. Well, he's a really nice guy, but he was going by the handle, which I'll tell you later. I don't want to.
Yeah, I you probably shouldn't blast it.
Yeah, I don't want to draw some string because he's a great guy.
But I'm genuinely curious. Like I was going to ask you later.
I really liked the work I'd done for him. He really loved it too. But I think his name was probably holding him back a bit because it probably would have turned some people off. So I am happy to see that he's rebranding. So I'm going to do a new logo for him that we're going to try to work into his existing stuff, like just move the logo and name around. And then the last thing I have to do this week is for Boom Live, who most people probably know as My Boomstick here on Mixer.
Yes, I know him.
So we're doing a little thing for him this week as well. So
you fancy.
Can you this week, while you're doing all that, make up a poster for me?
Oh yeah, I got to do the poster for the upcoming event we have for Sub Up.
I was just going to use that as a really quick segue.
We've got that, and then for anybody who's actually watching my stream for some reason, please don't. We have Comfy stuff to finish off.
Yeah.
Please don't. No. Mixer.com/CopperLion. Do the thing.
Hey, everybody, do you guys like Apex Legends? Do you think
it's a Comfy, it's a great game.
We could have a community style event for it. Wow.
Sounds
agree.
Super good.
So that's why I'm the man in the suit.
Oh, he is so classy right now, chat.
I am the man in the suit.
So for those of you on YouTube, here you go. Look at how classy Comfy is right now. He's in his jacket.
Are you still watching my stream?
I might be now. You might be.
The man in the suit.
Yes.
Now, as you can see. Get that trash out of here. I am the man in the suit. So, what I've been trying to do, we've been trying to run some more community stuff for Suboptimal.
Classy Comfy on okay, that's nice.
You like the touch? You like it?
I've been making a meme in the background. That's what I've been doing.
Oh, nice. So we're doing a Apex Legends, kind of like the Twitch Rivals. We're going to be doing a competition. We don't have any prizes because we are poor as shit. But if somebody wants to throw that in there, we'll take it. But so basically, we're doing a Apex Legends tournament style thing. We're going to we're going to give a 4-hour time period and then say whoever has the most points at the end, you'll get points for getting kills, points for wins, points for games with 10 kills or more, points for how many squad kills your squad gets as a whole. And we're going to be splitting the teams up for that. It's going to be super cool, super fun. We have a lot of info over at the Subop chat. I just put the Google form in my chat. It's going to be this Saturday. I don't have the exact time. It's going to be Saturday, March 9th. So it's a
Yeah,
week
as
from
soon as we could get a
yesterday.
time, I feel like we would all end up tweeting it.
We're still figuring out time. I wanted it to be solidified on Friday, but I've been busy. And I know I'm not the only person. So.
Now, I have my team. You
have your team.
I do have my team. I need to know
Potatoes.
what times. No, Team 20. That's what we've named ourselves.
Funny potatoes.
Team 20, because of 20th place. That's how we're gonna. That's how the games are gonna go.
Comfy is somehow gonna end up in 21st.
I mean no, because if the teams are as planned, I think I'm on a team with Red and Biscuits.
Oh, that's just.
Oh yeah, so they might win.
Okay, I beat both of them in Apex. All right, let's not act like I'm getting carried here. All right.
No, you're not.
See,
You're all good at video games.
Basically,
there is a reason why I said it would be interesting to see a game and tournament structure like this, where it was randomized. You had people sign up, but it was randomized teams with randomized characters.
We definitely discussed that. I don't want to do randomized characters just because I feel like that affects a lot of the gameplay. And for the first event,
the first event shouldn't be randomized.
I don't want randomized teams. I do want an overflow section. I don't think there's actually one in the Google form.
We do need to make that just because there are going to be people who want to participate but don't have a team. That's fine. Sign up, and we can try to get you hooked up with some other people who are just like in the same situation as you.
Exactly.
Yes.
Like just the ability to hook people up, because I know not everybody can find a group, and especially on short notice. We started planning this like 2 weeks ago. Yeah. And we want to get trying to before everything with sub-op was going very, very slowly. Yeah. And then like dropping a brick on the gas pedal, Kevin came in and gave us Sleeping Giant. Yes. And so we can very much so handle ourselves, but because we had this spurt of growth and we're trying to retain all the people that came over and show them like, hey, we actually have things to do. We're not just going to be hanging out. We want to actually we did a Halo night, which was super fun. We couldn't do as many custom maps as I'd wanted.
There was also a Cards Against Humanity yesterday, wasn't there?
Yes.
Yeah, we did a Halo night like a week ago, and then we did Cards Against Humanity yesterday. The plan is to try to do something every weekend. We want to do Jackbox games. That's already up for discussion.
Yes. Jackbox is probably a good thing to do because it's
super. Jackbox is making fun.
You don't have to own the game yourself. Just the person hosting does.
Yep,
and
exactly.
Allows lots of people to come
several.
In and rotate through.
Comfy. Keep that in. I own several.
Don't worry. I'm getting the list of everybody who owns Jackbox games.
Okay.
I could look. Has Tabletop Simulator.
Tabletop Simulator would be very good. Golf with your friends would be very good. Like there's a lot of games that Secret would Hitler. Just be.
That's the name on Tabletop game.
Is there a way to play that
on Tabletop Simulator? Yes. For those who don't know, Secret Hitler, as bad as the name sounds, is
a very cool game.
It's a board game type game that is very interesting and is a kind of a deduction thing. You're trying to figure out who's who, and someone is actually Hitler.
Yeah. So basically, you like go around the table or whatever,
and you get to accuse your friends of being Hitler, which is great.
And like one person is the president, and
Dale's shaking his head at me.
And the person who's president is like cycled, and then the person who is the chancellor is elected by the president, and people can either veto that power or allow it. And then basically, then the person who's the president will pick up 3 policy cards. There's good ones and bad ones. And then they will discard one and give it to the chancellor, who will then pick one of those 2 cards and then put it down on the board. If there are 5 good policy cards or liberal policy cards, then the liberals win. If there are 6 fascist cards, or there are 3 fascist cards and Hitler becomes chancellor, then Hitler and the fascists win. Which is very interesting. It's very fun. And I love board games too. Like I want to try to get more board game content, but it's really hard for us.
It's difficult to do on PC when people are farther away from each other.
It's not easy to do on PC. It's harder to do when everyone is 500 miles away. Yes. Like, it's like Copper and I are probably 4,000 miles away from each other, somewhere in that area. Me and Vengeance are up there as well. It's like we can't very easily get together to play a quick game of Monopoly.
Couple times
even
apart.
It'd be very funny. Time zones are fun. We're in 3 separate time zones.
Yes. I'm in the only proper time zone.
Get out of here.
I'm in the only improper time zone. Time zones suck, says Jonk the Brit.
Time zones do suck. Yes,
So-
Jock from the UK. Poor, yeah, they're definitely
Yeah, Jonk would definitely
very
feel
late
the-
night for him when we are.
Well, see, here's the
doing
thing
some
too: is
things.
Jonk is very active in the community and stuff. And for the past couple weeks, it was like, wait, you're doing a custom Halo night? Yeah. When are you doing it? Oh, like 5
When
p.m.
he's in-
Pacific time.
Yeah, when he's
Oh,
in
that's
bed.
that's 2 a.m. for me. Shit.
You know what? I
Like-
could I'm always on in the mornings. We could definitely start doing something. Like maybe I could start doing some stuff.
Every time I play with Jonk, it's in the morning. You
Yeah,
still
'cause-
you still showed up for a little bit, Jonk. Like he was still there, which was hilarious.
Yes.
But yeah, I would definitely be down to start organizing because we can, to help out, do some morning stuff for me because I'm on
Yeah.
usually 9 a.m. Eastern. So
Yeah.
on the weekends,
probably
On the
Mm-hmm.
weekends.
arrange stuff to, to bring in the people who are in the odder time zones who are,
Yeah.
Yes.
I
UK
want
and
to
stuff like that
try to
from
get
North
stuff
America.
like that done. I'm obviously not in a position to do it because I'm closer to the other extreme time zone that we're catering towards.
Yes.
But we have Jonk and we have Pingu, who are UK and Australia, respectively.
Are you
That
sure
both
it's
have-
Australia? I'm pretty sure he's a Kiwi.
I'm pretty sure he's actually like the fruit of the kiwi, not like the ethnicity.
okay.
A running joke for anybody
Well, you-
who's aware, or penguin
Yeah.
friend hates it.
Pingu. Thought
Alright.
it was a penguin.
Well-
It is a penguin. However, he is a penguin made out of kiwis.
So Dale, aside from Destiny, because I know you're going to be playing that come Tuesday, like same thing on Comfy. What are you up to game wise this week?
Practicing for Apex Legends tournament on Saturday. I'm gonna try to get on at least maybe Thursday or Friday, possibly both. Get Nova and Fiction together because they're gonna be my team and all practice together.
Right.
Work
Oh,
on
and you're
some
talking
stuff.
to me about getting carried. Thanks, Dad.
Are you talking to me? Who am I getting carried? Wow. Okay. I'm not terrible at video games. What
Let's
do you
just
mean?
say Nova's going to
You
carry. Let's
can
go
get
with that.
killed with a Mozambique. I saw that.
I got 4 kills in one game with the Mozambique. I'm the greatest.
I heard the legends.
It's Yep. I've won
It's-
several games of that. Honestly, I feel relatively competent at Apex Legends, which compared to the other BRs I've played, where I'm just constantly I'm bad.
I never
But-
played a whole lot of BRs with you. Like
There's,
I played,
Yeah.
like, there's
I
no
played a bit of
other
Fortnite
mechanics
here
to
and
do.
there, and I played a bit of Realm. But I
Yeah.
don't play BRs with you, Vengeance.
No, we need to fix that.
Yeah, we can play more Apex.
Yeah. But yeah, Tuesday and Wednesday will probably be Destiny. We'll see. And then
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know.
It depends what the content's like.
Yeah, we'll see.
And we're getting Reckoning Tier 1. And okay, I just cut 1 minute and 42 seconds off of my time for this track.
Nice.
Nice. All right. Well, we
You
are
get Reckoning pretty straight up, pretty quick, I think.
All right. So next week we're going to be doing what'd you say? Hellsing Ultimate?
Hellsing. Yeah, Hellsing Ultimate, because it's just the better version of the show.
Yep, that is going to be the podcast that if you are following along at home via iTunes or Spotify, or if you watch this on the YouTube, so that's what we're going to be discussing next week.
If you really want to get a jump on things, you can also first few episodes of Bakano.
Bakano. Yep. Okay, that's going to be the following week.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you going to put in Bakano's opening?
Oh hell yes.
Oh God. All right. So
This is a commercial.
That is
Where-
a lady in a bathing suit. That is what that is.
where can people find all of y'all on the internets, Mr. Comfy? Where do you live?
So you can find me at mixer.com/comfygamer. Hey guys, tell your friends, tell your family. We are 147 follows away from hitting that crispy 2,000 mark. So come follow me, daddy.
Do it. Do it.
You can also find me on Twitter at @thecomfygamer. And you can find me where else can you find me? I don't know. You can find me at the Discord, but I can't all right, yeah, you
It's-
can
yeah,
find
we
me
don't
in the
have a custom link for that.
suboptimal Discord if you go to discord.com/ Oh, sorry, discord.gg/N G lowercase d lowercase f7 Z. It's available for the next 24 hours, so hurry up, kids.
All right, Mr. Copper, where can these fine folks find your face?
You can find me on Instagram at Copperline Designs, Twitter at Copperline Art, or here on Mixer, it's just a Copperlion. If you do end up following any of us from some of these sites, like on social media and that, just drop a hello and just tell us where you found us. It'd be interesting to see if anybody's actually, joining from there.
Okay, so Seal has watched Little Gray Seal. She's a very active suboptimal member. She was commenting to me in chat the other day how she loved Promised Neverland. So it's kind of cool to be like, yo, people listen to this shit. Why? I don't know. But anyway, yeah, it was pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Especially this episode. This episode, there's a lot of rambling.
Oh, this episode's a little bit of a longer episode. It's good. They're all fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you weren't dressed in a suit for the other episodes.
That's true. I'm not dressed in a suit for this one though. Did the suit make this a more fun experience for you, Comfy?
It made me feel more official, especially when I stood up to go.
Oh my god, Comfy! I just tried to close the little ad thing on your YouTube video.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't even know.
Your camera's in the spot covering the one girl too. That's great. And they were dancing from side to side. It was covering the big boob.
It was big titties.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Anywho, Copper, what did you?
Oh look, we perfectly cover up her big titties.
Yeah.
Aw, sad about it.
Oh yeah.
All right. Anyway.
Oh no, she's like my least favorite.
So Copper, I don't know if did we? I got distracted.
Yeah, I did all mine.
Okay. All right. You can find me at mixer.com/Mr. Vengeance, on Twitter and Instagram at Mr. Vengeance X7. This episode's gone, I think, the longest so far. I feel like we keep getting progressively longer.
We usually
like
an hour and a half.
I'm starting to track it.
An hour and a half. This one is pushing.
We're at 2 hours.
Oh yeah, we're pushing 2. We need to. I don't know if we should probably work on that.
By the way, we were relatively on time today. Can we talk about that?
Yeah.
We did get on time.
Also, you finished your mission 5 minutes before, and then we're like, hell yeah.
Well, because sometimes when because for the I usually typically play XCOM 2 on Sundays before we do the podcast, yes, and it's if a mission wraps up 20 minutes before 2 and we start the podcast, I'm like, But, do I just sit here for 20 minutes?
We got on it right at the right time. I was very happy.
Yeah. So anyway, that's been 2.5 Weebs this week. What a mess this episode was. So we will see you guys
episode 8
next
Abridged.
week.